Somebody to somebody I. 1 pound Main Street as a coming away. Ow! Hello, everybody. Donald here. And welcome to 1 pound Main Street. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hello everyone and welcome to Right Down Main Street. I'm your host Bryce Waters and this is a Disney World podcast dedicated to bringing a little Disney magic to your daily routine. Today is episode 4 and I wanted to go and kind of walk through one of my favorite resorts on property. Sorry, not one of my favorite resort on property. I know a lot of people like it. Some like others more than others. You know what? To each his own. I just hope that you guys want to walk through this with me. Take my hand and we'll walk through the halls or outdoors, giving you all a hint, to this resort and just kind of go through what it has to offer and, maybe get someone who hasn't been there to check it out or maybe book a vacation there. But I definitely recommend checking it out before booking a vacation. It is a wonderful resort. Anyway, before we get into the resort, I just want to go over a few announcements. I have created an Instagram page. I've had a Facebook for a while, so, go like my Facebook page as well. But now I have an Instagram page, so make sure to go over there, give me a follow. I will be posting updates on the show, as well as updates on Disney World and maybe some Disney news and stuff. Also, just celebrating certain days, like we just had Animal Kingdom's anniversary. I posted about their anniversary, just asking what your favorite park is or what your favorite thing about Animal Kingdom is. So yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I would really appreciate that. Also, something very exciting, which is a little bit more than an Instagram. I have created a website, which is www.rightdownmainstreet.com, all one word, obviously. The link is on my Instagram, and I'll be posting it to Facebook as well on that. So make sure to go check it out. It's where you can go listen to my podcast. You don't have to have YouTube pulled up all the time anymore. You can just go on my website, click play. If you listen on your phone, you can close your phone. So that way you can listen to it while driving and all that. It also has an About Me section if you want to know a little more about me. It also will get my Instagram posts just to give it a little more content. But the main thing, it has a contact page. That way, if anyone has any ideas or wants to be on the show, they can contact me there. But really, I just made the website so everyone has a home base to go to. Since I'm not on Spotify yet, which I am working on, and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, the only issue with that is I do use the Disney Music, and I don't want to go on Spotify or Apple Music and get copyrighted. YouTube is more of a safer area in that because I do get credit for that. But I'd appreciate it if you go and check my website out. It's again www.rightdownmainstreet.com. All right, moving on. Let's get into this episode's segment. And I do want to throw in, I apologize for the wait for this episode. I was waiting on some new equipment as I posted on my Instagram. Little plug, even though I already said it earlier. I was waiting on some new equipment. It just felt, I don't know. I'm very particular about how I do things, and it felt weird having a little stand with my microphone on, and I had to lean over, and so I was waiting on some actual good quality headphones, not some, $10 headphones that I found that I've been using, as well as a boom stand. That way I can have it up towards my face and I can express myself a little bit more. And if you hear any claps, that's just me getting into it using my hands a little bit because I talk with my hands. If you've ever met me, I'm a hand talker. So anyway, let's get into this episode's segment. Hello there. Or should I say aloha? I am chilling on the beach at this wonderful resort with a lapu-lapu in my hand, just looking across the bay, just gazing at Cinderella's castle. Can you guess where I am? If you can't, then you probably haven't been to Disney, because it is the Polynesian resort. It's on the monorail line, and you can see it from the Magic Kingdom. If you haven't noticed it and you've been there, that's okay. I'm just joking around. Yeah, my favorite resort on property is the Polynesian, which I believe I've said in previous episodes. The Polynesian is a wonderful resort, wonderful theming, which we'll get into more detail in a minute. I just want to say I 100% recommend people at least going to check it out once. Take a night or just an hour out of your time while you're down there. Take the monorail over and definitely check it out. If possible, make a reservation for ohana, because that is delicious. And get a Dole Whip. Enjoy yourself. You don't have to stay there just to check out resorts. And that's what I've started to do. When I go down to Disney, I check out some resorts that I don't stay at, but I do go there to check them out. A lot of people don't think that they can go to a resort unless they're staying there, which is incorrect. They encourage you to go and check out other resorts, because Disney wants you to come back. So, I would definitely recommend coming to check it out. It is wonderful. It's beautiful. And I promise you, once you go there to check it out, you'll want to stay there on your next trip. So, highly recommend. Moving on, let's get into a couple facts and then kind of walk through this resort. Should I say stroll through this resort? Walt Disney went on a lot of vacations to Hawaii with his family. He loved that place. I mean, I can only assume it was because of the island vibe that you get. And I 100% understand that. I love beachy themes and stuff like that. But I myself, I've never been to Hawaii. I do want to go to Hawaii. I plan on actually going sometime this year or next year, depending how things turn out with, everything going on. But he took a lot of vacations to Hawaii, and I'm assuming he just brought that idea back and said, I want to bring a piece of Hawaii back to Orlando, Florida, and I want to have a resort that's completely immersive and give off every single feeling you would get down in Hawaii. And thus, the Polynesian was born. The Polynesian opened with Walt Disney World, the rest of it, in 1971. It is one of the two resorts to open with Magic Kingdom, the other being the Contemporary, which I will talk about in another episode, I promise. Each building, which I find this really cool, each building is named after an island in the Pacific. Yeah, it's a very, each detail in this resort is, does not go unnoticed. But without further ado, let's you know what? Let's drive up. We're going to go past the security gate. We're driving up to the resort, and you look up and you see there's a monorail line, because it is on the monorail system, the monorail loop to the Magic Kingdom. And you drive up to the carport right when you get out of your car. The cast members greet you. Aloha. Aloha. They greet you and give you a lei. If you don't know what a lei is, it's, that necklace with all the flowers and everything. They give you the kind of cheaper ones with the plastic on it, but it's still nice. It's still very traditional for them to give that to you. They take your bags, and when you're walking up to the entrance through the double doors, you're going to notice there's a fountain, as well as a little waterfall, a little pond. That's your entrance to the Polynesian, and it really gives you a taste of what to expect with this resort. It is very lush in its greenery. It's very lush in its vegetation. It's very colorful. There's lots of water features at this resort. They go all out with this Polynesian feel, obviously. yeah, it's just a wonderful entranceway. I love the tiki torches along the way. Everything looks like it's made with wood, which I'm assuming some of it isn't isn't real wood. Some of it's fake wood, because infrastructure. So you walk through those double doors and you're hit with this wonderful smell. And when you look at people's lists of favorite smells at Disney, I can guarantee the Polynesian will be on that list just because it has this very distinct smell. And I don't know what the smell is. I can't put my finger on it. It's just every time I haven't smelled it outside of the Polynesian, so I can't get reminded unless I get one of those candles. Which there are people that make candles that have like Disney scents on it, which is awesome. I thought about buying one. Anyway, it's this wonderful, distinct smell, and it just instantly transports you to another place. Right in front of you, you have this statue of a tiki guy with a waterfall, small little waterfall coming out from underneath with beautiful flowers all around him. And it's a really cool little statue. I gotta throw it in there. I'm sorry. I am one of those people that prefers the old lobby. A lot of people do. That's okay. I understand why they changed it. And before I get into that, let me just explain for a second. The old lobby used to have this enormous section that was a waterfall with a bunch of greenery around it to where you could almost not see the waterfall. It was so thick with leaves and everything and flowers. And the reason I loved it so much it was because it created this whole new atmosphere. The sound of the waterfall roaring, it wasn't crazy loud or anything. It definitely filled up the room with an extra layer of sound. I don't know. I felt like this is a weird detail. I feel like the smell was more pronounced with that there. But like I said, I like what they have now. I prefer the waterfall in the middle. I understand why they removed it. They wanted more space for their lobby. They wanted you to not have to go around and just kind of go through, which, like I said, I understand. I liked the atmosphere more with the waterfall there. Plus, it is more open. It's a lot more open, more seating, stuff like that. I know they said they wanted more seating in the lobby. That's okay. Anyway, you walk in to the right. You got the check-in desk. I don't go to that anymore. I got the app. I can just check them on my phone on the way in. It's very useful if you haven't done that. I highly recommend it. You can just go straight to your room. If you have your magic bands already, just click it. You're good. Anyway. You got the check-in desk on the right. On the left, you have the kids area where, that's usually the waiting area where kids go while the parents are checking in. So they have the Disney cartoons playing, all that. And they used to have this lady that would make traditional leis out of flowers and also teach people how to hula dance sometimes. I've seen it before. I'm pretty sure she was the ambassador for the Polynesian, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I don't think she's there anymore, unfortunately. But she was wonderful. I've talked to her a couple times. She was very nice. She was just so sweet. And on the left, if you go past the kids section, where that seating is, they have the boutique, which is basically their gift shop, the Polynesian gift shop. They have two, which I'll get to the second one in a little bit, but this one is the main Polynesian gift shop where they have a lot of Polynesian themed items, Hawaiian shirts, tiki torches, tiki statues, all of that stuff. It's a very cool little gift shop. They have tiki statues all around the gift shop, or tiki heads, I should say. Big, like as tall as me, tiki heads. And I don't want to talk about the staff too much, but the staff is lovely there. But yeah, it's a very, and they got the music playing and everything. It's a nice gift shop. I bought a Hawaiian shirt there. It was quite expensive, and I have not worn it since. But that's what you do at Disney. You buy stuff that you don't need, that you're probably never going to wear again, but it's nice that you have it, right? So yeah, it's a cool little gift shop. I definitely recommend checking it out. I love Hawaiian themed things, so I always go in there at least once when I'm there. Moving on, you go outside of the boutique on the other side, and you go down the hallway. You're going to run into Captain Cook's. Captain Cook's is their quick service meal spot at the Polynesian. It is surprisingly pretty good for quick service. They have a couple distinct meals that are delicious. They have the coconut meatballs that are very good. They have some pretty decent flatbreads. The pulled pork nachos are pretty good. It's also where you can get the pre-made stuff like salads, sandwiches. You can get a burger there. It is 24 hours, which is nice, but I know that not even half the menu is available, late at night. But it is nice to have a spot that you can go to at all hours of the night when everything else is closed. But yeah, you can also get, milk, beer, all that. Basically all the stuff you could get at quick service at other resorts, the basic things, you can get that there. Moving on, you go down the hallway from Captain Cook's. There's a door on the right, and this is a kind of, I don't want to say secret spot, but it's a spot that kind of, I feel like, goes unnoticed, and that's Trader Sam's. Trader Sam's is a bar in the Polynesian that the door is usually closed. I've walked by when it's been propped open before, but it's usually closed, and when you open it, you're greeted by someone at a desk. They'll tell you if it has room inside or not, because they are kind of limited on seating. It's a really immersive bar filled with tiki statues and different colored lights. It's pretty dark, but it's very immersive as things happen throughout the night where lights will flicker and statues will talk and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's one of the cooler bars that I've been to at Disney. I definitely, if you're going to check it out, definitely recommend stopping by there. And so we're going to go out of Trader Sam's and back down the hallway from where we came, right outside the boutique. We're going to go up those stairs. And when you go up the stairs, once you get to the top floor, there's 2 floors to the lobby, which is nice. Once you get to the top floor, you're going to get to a restaurant. And if you haven't been there before, go to this restaurant, especially if you have a family. It is a little expensive per person, but the food is good. It's very good. And it's all you can eat. You can ask for as much as you want because it's family style. So I haven't even said the name. Ohana. Ohana is very good. It's a long wait. Even if you have a reservation, you're going to be waiting another at least 15 minutes probably. But you got there's a bar right outside of Ohana, the Tambu Lounge, where you can get your lapu lapu or your back scratcher. Lapu lapu is a pineapple, I think it's a pineapple-y rum drink, but the whole thing with the lapu lapu is they serve it inside of a pineapple. So they put the top back on the pineapple, stick a straw through it, and you see, if you go there around 5 or 6 o'clock, you'll see everyone walking around with a pineapple with a straw sticking out. That's what they're drinking, the lapu lapu. I definitely recommend it just for the pictures to post on Instagram. Also, I recommend getting a back scratcher from the bar. No, I'm not talking about the stick to scratch your back. It's a delicious drink, but the reason I recommend it is because, yes, you actually do get a stick, a back scratcher with the drink. No matter how many times you order it, if it's the same bartender, they're going to give you a new back scratcher every time you order the drink. So you might walk home with 3 or 4 different back scratchers, but it is a very good drink. I love that drink. And it's very fun just to see them hand you a actual back scratcher with the drink. I think it's funny. Anyway, back to Ohana. Tambu Lounge is literally right outside. So it's a nice waiting area. Ohana, it's a family style restaurant. So when you sit down, they don't give you a menu. They just bring you your starters. Get your drinks orders, obviously, and then they give you your starters. Your starters are pot stickers, some noodles. I don't remember what else is on there, but it's a couple different items. I think there might be wings on there too, if I'm not mistaken. Some chicken wings. The starters are very good. I love the pot stickers. The noodles were very good. The wings were all right. And then they bring out the main course. The main course consists of, and it's cool because they bring it out on a skewer. And they'll just keep checking up. Hey, do you want more meat? Do you want any more food? It's chicken, steak, and shrimp that you get on the skewer. And like I said, you got a big plate in the center, and they just scrape it off on there. And it's and what's cool about the kitchen is it's an open kitchen, so you can see them throw in those skewers of meat into the grill. And you get that smell throughout, and it smells so good. And then the holy grail of Ohana is the bread pudding. Oh my gosh. The bread pudding, it comes with a slab of ice cream on top with some caramel sauce. If I'm not mistaken, there's hints of pineapple in there, because there has to be. It is so good. It's so soft and moist. Oh, it's delicious. I highly recommend it. Throw some cinnamon sugar on top of there. Ooh, it's good. But I highly recommend Ohana. It's a fun experience, especially if you schedule your reservation, which I did, and it's awesome. Your reservation time around the time that the fireworks show starts at the Magic Kingdom, because it overlooks the lake, so you can see the castle. And if you get a window seat, which you can put in a preferred window seat, it's not guaranteed, but you can put in a preferred window seat and schedule it around 8 or 9, depending on how close you want to play it to the chest. Then you'll be able to see the fireworks show from your dinner table, which is just another level of experience. And it's definitely worth the money at that point. So, highly recommend. So, we're going to leave Ohana. We're going to go around the bend a little bit, and we're going to go to the other gift shop. The other gift shop is the Moana Mercantile. The Moana Mercantile is a gift shop that has 2 sections. It has the first section, which is mostly your convenience store section. It has a lot of magazines, liquor, if you're old enough, frozen foods, candies, stuff like that. The other section is the actual gift shop part of it. And this one I don't check out as much as the boutique, just because it's more of a kid-friendly gift shop where it has more toys, stuffed animals, autograph books, stuff like that. It does have, I believe it has pins, so if you're into pin trading, it has that too. But it's not a place I go to, just because most of it is Lilo and Stitch theme. I'm assuming now there's a lot of Moana themed things as well. It's cool to go in there every now and then, see the seasonal stuff, but mostly I stick to the boutique. But if you got kids, if you're into collecting stuffed animals or anything, definitely check out Moana Mercantile, because they have a lot of different things. And when you're leaving Moana Mercantile, you're going to pass by the double doors to go out to the monorail. And I just want to throw this in there real quick, because it deserves a shout out. The way they're doing their security for the monorail loop resorts is wonderful now. I just have to say, yes, the line can get backed up a little bit, but honestly, it's worth it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to the resorts, if you go to the parks, well, it's really only Magic Kingdom. If you go to Magic Kingdom, they have the security check where you have to wait in line, give them your bag, they have to check it, all that. What they do at the resorts that are on the monorail loop is they actually have that security check at your resort. They have it before you get on the monorail. They have 1 or 2 people with their stations, and they'll check your bags, make sure you're good. That way, when you get off the monorail, you'll notice that the security stations for the park are actually behind where you exit from the monorail, or they have a rope blocking you off. That way, they know you're good. So I love that. It makes it a lot easier. That way, I don't have to wait in line, because Allie has her fanny pack on or whatever. Yeah, but anyway, it's just something that I feel like needs to be said because I haven't really talked to anybody about it, to be honest. But I think that deserves a shout out. It's very convenient for those who stay on the monorail loop, and it definitely speeds things up. Makes things easier on everybody. Moving on, you got the Kona Cafe and the Kona Coffee Bar that are on the, where are we looking at it now? On the left side. Kona Coffee Bar is great if you want that, one-stop shop for coffee on your way to the parks. Or I think they have some baked goods in the morning too. They also sell sushi at night. So I haven't had their sushi, but it does look good through the window. But yeah, they sell a couple different things. It's nice to just grab a coffee on your way out. So it is and it's right next to the monorail doors too. So that's nice. And next is Kona Cafe, which I have not been there all too many times. Every time I go there, the food just doesn't really do it for me all that well. I know a lot of people love it. I will say the Tonga toast is great if you go there for breakfast. The breakfast there is good, but we've been mostly for dinners, and I'm just not the biggest fan of it. It's okay, but it's not my favorite choice. I would rather go to Ohana 100%. But that's just me. I know a lot of people do like the Kona Cafe. Everyone has different tastes. So if you check it out, like the menu, I highly recommend going to check it out. Because the food isn't bad. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know if it's really up my alley. All right, so that's really it for the main building, the Grand Ceremonial House, which is what they call their main building. That's really it. They do have downstairs a caricature guy that's there every now and then. Actually, no, I believe that's upstairs. Downstairs now they have a small little kiosk that has a couple of taps attached to it. So if you want to grab a beer on your way through the resort, you can. I'm not sure if they have anything else as far as like wine and everything, but it's just a small little thing. Anyway, we're going to go back downstairs and go out those back double doors to the main, to the rest of the resort. We're going to open it up. So once you exit those double doors, immediately to your left is Pineapple Lanai. And Pineapple Lanai has something that nobody else has. And if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about. It has Dole Whip. I should have let that build a little longer because that's important. Dole Whip at the Polynesian is the only place you can get it outside of the Magic Kingdom, and at this one, I don't know if you can at in the Magic Kingdom. I don't know if you can add rum to it, but you can at the Polynesian. I don't usually do that because I'm a purist. I like the Dole Whip by itself, and I actually get the float. I get the vanilla and pineapple ice cream in the pineapple juice. I like the texture a little bit more. If you don't know what Dole Whip is, it's just pineapple soft serve ice cream. It doesn't sound special, but trust me, it is special once you've had it. And I recommend upping it and getting the float because the float is spectacular. A lot of the times, I honestly just get vanilla ice cream in the pineapple juice because them mixed together is so delicious. But yeah, that's a big thing at the Polynesian. A lot of people go there. Every time I go there, there's a line. It's nice to have a place outside of the Magic Kingdom to get some Dole Whip, and especially if you're staying there, because you can get one every day, or two or three, however many you like. Moving on, if you keep walking straight, you're going to run into the first pool, because they have two, and this one is the big, the main pool of the resort. This is the one that has, the loud music playing. But don't knock it for that. It is one of the coolest pools that I've seen at Disney World because it's the volcano pool. The volcano basically has a waterfall coming out into the pool, so people swim underneath the waterfall or in the waterfall if you like getting the bejesus getting hit out of your head. Yeah, it's a little forceful. You can get out of the pool, go around to the back of the volcano, climb up the stairs, and go down the water slide because they have a water slide that goes through the volcano, it's a pretty fun water slide. It's very short, and then on the other side of the pool, they have that entryway into the pool where you can just walk into the pool instead of jumping off a ledge and whatnot. And they also have a pool bar, so you can go grab a drink at the pool bar. They have some pretty good drinks. I like that rose gold margarita. That one was pretty good on the rocks, because I am not a huge fan of frozen drinks for some reason. Yeah, rose gold margarita is good. Anyway, past the pool, you have the beach, because if you're gonna have a Polynesian resort, you gotta have a beach. Attached to the beach is a dock where you can take a boat to the Magic Kingdom. And you know what I'm talking about if you're at the Magic Kingdom until park close and you leave to go on the monorail and there is a huge line for the monorail. You can take that boat that goes to Grand Floridian and the Polynesian. I know at night, I'm pretty sure they have 2 boats running that route. So you don't have to wait too long. You might have to wait for, because if park's closing, there's going to be a line. You might have to wait a boat or two. But honestly, it's very relaxing at night. I highly recommend taking that boat at least one night from the Magic Kingdom, just because it's beautiful going across the water and seeing the lights on the Grand Floridian, and especially driving up to the Polynesian, seeing it all lit from the tiki torches and everything. I think it's beautiful, and I think it's very soothing. So it just adds another transport, or a way of transport, to the Magic Kingdom. So yeah. Definitely take the boat at least once. I recommend it. On the beach, it's nice because they have a couple of swinging benches, and I'm pretty sure they still have them. They have hammocks. I don't know if they took those down or not, but the swinging benches are nice because you can sit there, watch the fireworks at night. Also see the electric water pageant, which is cool. And if you have never stayed on the resort loop, it's a thing that happens, I believe, at 9 o'clock every night, if I'm not mistaken. And you'll hear it when it starts because it plays a certain tune when it starts. But it's these floating boards. I don't really know. They're floats. They're floats in the water that have lights on them that create different scenes and everything. And they have a water dragon, the American flag, dolphins going in and out of the water. It's really cool to watch, very nostalgic. I love sitting out and watching it. It brings back plenty of memories for me. So yeah, it's been going on for years too. I don't know the date of when it started, but I know it was a while ago. So yeah, it's very cool to watch. And then walking around the resort a little bit, I just want to hit on the building that I usually stay at, which I'm trying to map out my way around the resort just off of memory, and I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. Anyway, across from the volcano pool is the building that I stay at every time I go there, just because my grandparents, like I said, they spoil me whenever I go with them, and when I go to the Polynesian, it's always with them because it's quite expensive. But it is the Kamehameha building, which is the concierge building. I love this building, and I hate that they did this to me because they spoiled me, and I know that I'm not going to be able to stay there every time, and it really bothers me because I love this building so much. You walk in and they have the 2 concierge agents. Usually there's 3 desks, but there's always 2 for some reason. Anyway, they're working. Every time you enter, they say aloha or welcome. It's just so welcoming, and it's warm. It's warm to me when I walk in and hear that. It's just it makes me so happy. And you walk up the stairs to the main part, because you walk in on the first floor and there's 3 floors. You walk up the stairs to the second floor, and that's the floor where you have all the food, the drinks, everything that comes with concierge, because they put out meals at certain times and stuff like that. And it's nice to grab breakfast on the way out. It's always a perk. But the coolest thing about this is it's along the beach. And so when you're in that, I'll call it a lobby, in the concierge lobby, basically they have a window that spans all 3 floors, and it's wide. It's a wide window. It covers the whole wall, and you can look straight out and see Cinderella's castle. So if you have access to the Kamehameha building, you can sit in the lobby instead of on the beach with the rest of the crowd, and sit in AC on comfortable chairs, eating or drinking, and watching the fireworks show from the lobby, which is nice. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, they pump in the music from the show into the lobby. If not, I know they play it at the Polynesian throughout the grounds, so, or at least along the beach, so you can still hear it, because they play it pretty loud. Not, deafening loud, but they play it pretty loud so everyone can hear it. But yeah, I love that building. It's just, I love sitting in that lobby. There's many nights where I would come out to the lobby and just sit there and, bring my laptop and just watch the castle. It's a wonderful place. And if you can, I recommend it. But there's a lot of factors that go into whether you should do concierge or not. I don't want to get into that. I'll probably save that for another episode, because I've had the debate a couple times in my head. So moving on, we're going to walk around the grounds a little bit more. You're going to notice that walking around the grounds of the resort it's like you're in another world, in a place that you've never been to before. And for me, that I've never been to Hawaii or any place along these lines, it definitely takes me to another world. I make it a thing. I'm so excited every time when I go down to stay at the Polynesian, just to walk the grounds at night, because all the walkways are lit from the tiki torches, and they have that wonderful Hawaiian music soundtrack playing throughout the resort, in the lobby, and just through even in hidden speakers throughout the grounds. It's wonderful. I love that kind of music just because it transports me back to the Polynesian, and it just puts me in a good mood. It's so calming and soothing and relaxing, and all of those words. And like I said at the beginning, the greenery, the vegetation around the resort is wonderful. It's so green and vibrant, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful walk. And when you leave the Kamehameha building and you walk along those beautiful paths, you're going to wind up at one of my favorite spots at the resort, which is the quiet pool. And I'm not much of a pool person. I love the beach. I'm not much of a pool person. I don't mind sitting by the pool or anything. I'll do it during the summer every now and then, but it's not something that I really go out for. But the quiet pool is just very relaxing because it doesn't have the pop music that they play over at the volcano pool, or that pop Disney music that they play. It plays the Hawaiian music that they play throughout the resort, and it's really, I don't even know if they're playing it. I think it's just from the grounds around them, the walkways around them, that you can hear it from. But I just love sitting there. They have a grill and a bar there, so you can get some food and drinks, and it's never crowded. There's never a lot of people there, maybe 20 tops. And don't take my word for that, but every time I've been there, I've been there during the day, at night, many different times of the day, and every time I go there, it's not crowded. So if you're looking for a place just to relax, sit back, and chill for a little bit, an hour or two, I recommend the quiet pool. And like I said, it is very, as the name says, it's very quiet, so it's very relaxing. I don't want it to seem like I'm cutting this abruptly or anything. I made notes, and I was kind of going through each one of them. But yeah, I really, like I said before, I highly recommend checking out this resort. It is wonderful, and I am so happy I got to do one of my first couple episodes on this resort. Like I said, it's my favorite, and it sucks because every time I go down to Disney and I'm not staying here, I love the resort I'm at. Like, for instance, when I stayed at Riverside, I loved Riverside. I loved everything about it. It was beautiful. But when I would pass by the Polynesian going to the Magic Kingdom, I just missed it. And I've been saying in my past episodes I want to stay at Animal Kingdom next, which I still do, but part of me wants to say, you know what, never mind, and go back to the Polynesian. It just has that grasp on me, and I could be brainwashed, that could be happening, but I would like to think it's because I love it so much. It's I call Disney World my home away from home, and it is. And I would like to think of this as my room, my Polynesian. The Polynesian is my room. That's my home away from home. So, yeah, check it out. Take a little bit out of your vacation. If it's even an hour when you're leaving Magic Kingdom or whatever, I just recommend going, checking it out. Check out other resorts too. There's some times where I schedule, half a day just going and exploring a certain area of resorts, whether it's the Epcot resorts, Magic Kingdom resorts, and it's easiest at the Magic Kingdom. Well, actually, now it's easy with Epcot as well with the Skyliner, but Magic Kingdom, all you have to do is take a monorail, so that's easy, super easy. Yeah, I would love to. I'm really excited for my next trip because I would love to take the Skyliner to a bunch of different resorts and just kind of resort hop and have some time to check those out. But yeah, I appreciate y'all listening. I really do. Let me know what your favorite resort is, and if it is the Polynesian, let me know what your favorite thing about the Polynesian is. Is it the wonderful smell, the vegetation, the Dole Whip, anything, Ohana? I'd love to hear what you guys have to think. And again, I just want to say I would really appreciate it if you check out my website and give me some feedback. It is kind of simple, but I just wanted there to be a home base where, like I said, you can go to the podcast tab, click podcasts, and play any of my podcasts. All you have to do is click play, and if you're on your phone, you can close it and you can listen to it while going on other apps and stuff. I'm just saying that because my podcasts that are on YouTube, you can't do that. You have to have it pulled up the entire time. I know that's kind of a stickler, but this way you don't have to do that. And I promise I am going to put my podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts eventually. I've been using music from Disney and I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. So I'm going to be changing up my music. Unfortunately, this will be the last episode where I use a lot of Disney music. But trust me, the magic will still be there. I'll still have clips of music throughout my podcast from Disney, clips from rides and all that. So you don't have to worry about that, which I haven't used any clips from rides yet, but I will be doing that. Just a little get you excited, I guess. All right. So that is it for this episode. I appreciate you guys listening, and I guess I will see you real soon.